Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to a new series that I'll be doing on IC2 Classic. It's a new mod that'll be coming out in the future. It's not available right now to the public. It's only in beta, like a closed beta. And I'm on a server. Nobody's on right now because it's actually kind of early. But I'm on a server with a lot of really great people. Ultima Heart and Ultima Bunny are both on here, which you may have seen them in my streams a few times. Gregorius from, the creator of GregTech is on here. Spiger is on here, who's the one who did the IC2 Classic. Bear from Bear's Den is on here, and quite a few other people. Let's see. I haven't met everybody. I know Quizzy's on here. But yeah, there's quite a few people, and you'll probably see them on, in the future and everything. But I've been working on this. I started on the server yesterday, and I went ahead and just kind of set us up like a little forward base. We've got a nether portal. We've got a little a little house in the process kind of thing, basically just to keep us safe and where we can start working on machines. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. I've got some animals over here, but I kind of wanted to just go ahead and, this series is going to be very focused on the IC2 Classic. And the server, the pack that we're running, doesn't have a ton of mods. It's primarily focused on IC2. There is a few, larger scale mods, like Extra Utilities 2 is on here, Forestry's on here, and then there's some more minor mods like Water Strainer and stuff like that. But the primary focus, like I said, of this series and of this pack is IC2 Classic. And if we look through here real quick, you'll notice there's a ton of new blocks and stuff. Probably stuff that you're not terribly familiar with. You don't know what this is. Like, for example, if we look at the fuel rods alone, you can see that there's like charcoal enriched uranium, nether star enriched uranium, ender pearl. The whole reactor system is so much better. It's wonderful. There's actually even a reactor planner block. So if you look right here, here's a reactor planner that you can make, and you can actually plan out your reactors through the GUI and put all the items in and see what the power is going to run, what the heat, everything is going to run. It's so nice. I was playing around with it over at Ultima's base. And there's also some really nice new features that we'll get into. Like, for example, the induction smelter now has upgrade slots, which is awesome. If you're very familiar with IC2, you know that the induction smelter having upgrades is a major thing. Now, first up, I did get a few items. Ultima gave me some items when I got on. We have the big quantum accumulator, and basically it's portable EU storage that you can store in your belt slot. Which is so nice. You can see that this thing stores 5.4 million EU. I think this is only the tier 1 or the tier 2. There's like 4 tiers to this thing. So very handy. We've also got a drill here. It's a diamond drill that Ultima made me. A chainsaw, which is amazing. And then we also have this mowing tool. This is one of my personal favorites. So if you have this mowing tool and you right click it, you'll see that it says enabled mowing tool. And now if we just run through and we look at grass, you can see that it destroys the grass and it gives us the items. And this also works for like leaves. I planted some rubber trees here just so you could see this. But if we look up, you can see that it destroys all the leaves and everything with the tree. Now, starting IC2 Classic in some aspects is similar to starting normal IC2. You have the tree tap, you can get rubber and all that. Now there is crop growth, and you can see right here I've actually got some stick reeds, and if I right click these I get sticky resin, but only when they turn orange. Like if I harvest them when they're green, I get sugarcane. So very nice. I did get those. Ultima gave me some of those because I know there's some people on here that have done a bunch of the crop breeding and stuff like that. So, some of that's a little bit easier for us getting started and everything, which is, of course, very handy. I'll turn down the game music real quick. But yeah, so we're going to be, just starting the IC2 Classic. Some of the stuff you may be familiar with, and some of it is going to be new to you, because it is very new to me, but there is such really good changes that we'll get into as we progress. So anyways, I went ahead and I waited to start any kind of machinery and stuff for you guys. So I've got these little areas here that we're going to put our initial machines, and this is just kind of like our forward base. It may change, you know, and I've still got to put ceilings and stuff on and all of that good stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look here and see what we want to get into first. And I imagine we're going to get into the macerator first thing. Now there is a stone macerator now that you can craft with IC2 Classic. This thing just takes cobblestone, piston, furnace, flint, and I'm going to craft, I'll actually craft one of those just really, really quickly to show you. It's not something that we're going to be using, you know, really moving forward, but I do want to show it to you guys since it is a newer item. Also, in addition, if you notice at the top left, it says my class is Spelunker. We have the RPG mod in this pack. So basically what we can do is we can allocate points, and you can see like mining. I've actually maxed mining at 50 points. And so for every 1 point, you get a chance at 2 times ore drops. And for every 5 points, you get plus on mining speed. And, you know, there's all different kinds of stuff here. But that is the RPG mod. So if you were curious about that. Okay, so here's our stone macerator. And this is very early game kind of tech. And we'll just set it up right here. It doesn't require any power or anything like that, but it does require some kind of burnable, you know, combustible fuel. And let me grab, say, sure, we're going to need a bit of copper. So we'll just throw this copper in here, and you'll notice it's going to start running. It's not the fastest thing in the world. There's no upgrade slots or anything like that. But it is going to consume a little bit of that fuel, and it's going to break down this copper ore for us. And there we go. So we got 2 copper dust from that. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. I'm going to just let that run. I don't mind. I've got plenty of coal and stuff like that. So anyways, the next thing that we're going to get into is just basic starter power. Now there is this new wave generator, which is really, really cool. Basically it uses the power of waves, and you want to keep an area in front of it chunk loaded. But we're not going to be able to get into that first. That's one reason I set up near the ocean, because there's a few ocean-based generators that you can use, and that's one of them. But we'll get into all that stuff in the future. But I think our first thing that we're going to make is we're going to just get into just the standard generator. And to make this, you'll notice that we need refined iron ingots, or we can make one of these machine blocks, which require refined iron. And I think iron furnace... Okay, there's a couple different recipes. I guess we're going to do the furnace with the 5 iron. And my vanilla furnace is actually, you can see right there, it just doubled. They do have a chance to double. That is due to the RPG mod. I have 50 in smelting, which gives me a chance to get 2 times smelt yield and increase smelting speed. Let's go ahead and just grab one of these furnaces. I'm actually low on cobblestone because I converted like 8 or 9 stacks of cobble to smooth stone because I needed it for building and all that, all those purposes. So, but anyways, we'll just get our iron furnace, and then the refined iron. What you do is you smelt iron in order to get this. And then let's see, RE battery is 10 and redstone. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and just smelt up some of the sticky resin to get some rubber balls, and then a little bit of this tin here. And then we'll go ahead and get some of this refined iron as well. Oh, it does, it has a chance to double that as well. That is so nice. Is this, okay, this, the copper dust hasn't doubled at all. I was kind of wondering if it had a possibility to get that, that'd be crazy. And then we're going to need, of course, some copper cable. And you can see right here that we can actually just take copper, lay it out like that, and that's how we get our uninsulated copper cable. We don't have to make that hammer and all that mess anymore. And then in addition, we can just craft it with rubber and just straight up make our copper cable. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make 6 of these. Might as well, right? And we got energy flow. Now there is, by the way, there is a new cable, which we're nowhere near the point where we can get into this. But it is the plasma cable. This stuff is very expensive, as you can tell. For 4 of these, it's carbon plates and refined iron, and then plasma cores, which take magnets, plasma cells. We'll get into all of that once that time comes, and we're nowhere near that. We are nowhere near that. So anyways, let's get ourselves an RE battery, and then, in turn, a generator. So we got the suitable power achievement. And for right now, I think we're just going to put this right in here. Now, long term, I'm probably going to have my power gen, not long term, short term, I'm probably going to have power gen in the center, but eventually this is going to be like a pillar that kind of comes up, and then we'll have machines around here for like personal use type stuff, and all of that good stuff. But alright, so we'll put our generator right there, and of course this uses coal to create power. You can see that we're building up a little bit of power here, and if I hold shift, I can see, now this is, we're using one probe for our little targeting type thing, but you can see that if I hold shift here, you can see all the power information and everything. We're outputting 10 EU per tick, and our power's filled right now. But anyways, so the next thing, let's actually make a machine that can use it, and I think the first thing that we're going to go for, of course, is the macerator, which takes some flint, one of these machine blocks, and then one of these electronic circuits, which is just refined iron and copper. Okay, I'm going to need more refined iron. Okay, so machine block, just like that, and then we can get our electronic circuit. Now the only thing I think I need is flint. I don't have like hardly any flint. Now there is a thing with the RPG mod where I could increase the chance to get flint. I just haven't done it yet. So I was focused on other things, and I was like, oh man, that would have come in handy, because I know earlier when I was getting the 3 flint for that that stone macerator, it took a little bit, because as you can tell, I mean, it takes a few attempts to get this stuff, but I will say that getting started, this chainsaw and this diamond drill and all that stuff has come in so handy. It really has. Alright, so there's our macerator, double trouble. Okay. So we'll just put this, I guess we'll put this right here for now. And you can see that it's drawing power from the generator beneath it. And then, of course, we can take, get our copper, or actually, let's get our iron, actually, because this stuff we definitely want to get doubled. And of course it is fairly slow. And by the way, if you look right here, you can see there's different pictures. Those don't actually correspond to anything in particular. If you notice, whenever I open it back up, it changes. That's just showing you, there's different kinds of upgrades and stuff that you can throw into those, and that's just kind of giving you a visual idea. Now, if you notice here, there's a bunch of upgrades, like an absolute ton of upgrades. There's even some really neat ones that have been added, like the experience collector upgrade, which is really, really cool. Now there is actually a IC2 enchanter now, which we'll get into in the future as well, because we're going to want to enchant everything and actually get some armor in the near future, moving forward. So, and of course the next thing that we're going to want to grab is going to be an electric furnace. Now I'd love to get an induction furnace. But these are a little bit more expensive. They require an advanced machine block, which takes advanced alloy and carbon. We're not ready for that just yet, but the electric furnace will do the trick for now, and it's fairly cheap for us. So let's get one of those. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to make up a bunch of this copper cable. Okay, so let's get our electric furnace. I've got the circuit made and everything, so there's that. We got the even hotter topic achievement, and we'll just put this, for right now, we'll just put it right up here, I think. And then, of course, we're going to have to run power to this. So we'll do just like that. Oh, this generator's totally drained right now. And let's see, is there any other generators? Now, I know Ultima said I need to go for a slag generator. We'll have to get advanced alloy to get that in place, advanced machine blocks, all that good stuff. So I think the next thing we'll probably go for is a compressor, I should think. Now there is the geothermal, which we could do. Let's see. Okay, this has power now, so we'll just throw in that iron. And I think I've got, yeah. I'll be able to start getting rid of all those stone furnaces that I've got. Let me actually grab a bit more coal. I'll throw that in there so we can keep running. And I think what we're going to do, since we have extra utilities within the pack, I think we're going to go ahead and just make ourselves a drum. And I'm going to need more iron. These things are fairly expensive on iron. And I still haven't found any diamonds yet, by the way. I did quite a bit of mining, as you can tell, nether quartz especially, because I was wanting to get our level up, and then I was also using nether quartz a little bit for building purposes. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and make ourselves a wrench too, just so that we've got it. Basically it just requires some bronze. Actually, I probably don't have enough copper to okay, well that's fine. We'll get some copper shortly, but let's go ahead and get our drum. There we go. And then I guess what I'll do is I'll just go to the nether. By the way, if I level up, you can see I just hit level 47, and it says I got 3 skill points. So if I hit L, now I can allocate those skill points. So I've been working, see I'm max mining and smelting. I've been working on defense, but also digging would be nice. Probably the next thing I'm going to go for is digging, I think. It's really nice for early game type stuff. I know Ultima said late game it's not as, as powerful as it is early game, but anyways, I'm going to get a bit of lava in this so that we've got it. Okay, we've got 60 buckets of lava. I think that'll be good, to get us started and whatnot. So we'll head on out of here. Alright, I don't want to show off too much. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I know this is Bear's base, from what Ultima told me. Like his actual base, which got a few mobs here. There we go. There we go. Okay. But I did notice, like, his base looks really impressive, I have to say. Really, really cool stuff going on. I want to say that this area here is his actual house. So I don't. There's a skeleton over there, but there's actually pigs on his machines. But anyways, like I said, I don't want to give away too many spoilers. But I mean, look at these bridges. These are really impressive. I must say. Really, really impressive stuff. Which actually, I'm not sure whose base that is up there. Like I said, I mean, a lot of these guys have been, or actually, I think everybody. I think I'm like the newest member, but they've all been on here for a bit. All right, and right here is actually Ultima's base. Oh, he's got an ender mailbox. Huh. But anyways, I wanted to show you something here really, really quick. Like, oh yeah, we've got refined storage in the pack as well as storage drawers, But this is somewhere right here, the reactor planner. I just wanted to quickly show you this. So, as you can see, we can tab through here and see all the different stuff that can go in the reactor. As you can tell, there's a lot of things now. And you can see, different things. If this is a breeder, all that, which we'll get into all this stuff. You can see steam reactors here. You can also import reactors. So, from online or whatever, you can import reactors and export them as well. So, really, really nice. But like I said, we'll get into all that stuff in the near future. And then, like, this is his reactor. He's actually got... Oh, it's actually right inside of there. Oh, here we go. PESU. And this thing, if you notice, can store an absolute ton of power. It outputs 32,768 EU per tick. Absolutely insane. It's amazing. But we'll get into all that stuff as we progress with the mod and everything. So, anyways, I'm still making my way over to the house. I mean, there's a teleporter here, but Ultima's the closest, I think, that I know of to my base. So I don't have a teleporter just yet, so I'm going to finish hoofing it home. Okay, and I've got enough copper now to get our wrench. There we go. Or to get the bronze to make our wrench with. So let's go ahead and get that. IC2 wrench, or IC2 Classic wrench. And then I think what we're going to do is let's take another look at generators. And the geothermal generator is what I want. Let's see. It's going to require a generator and then a couple of these empty cells. Do we want to just take down our original generator and put the geothermal up? I'm going to say yes. So I'm going to let this finish draining out all the power out of this. Shouldn't take too long now that it's not running. Alright, and then we can just right click this to pull it up. And then for our geothermal generator, it's just glass, empty cells, refined iron. I think we've got most all of this stuff. We'll go ahead and get some of those empty cells. Make 16 of them. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and, oh yeah, I've got glass right here. We'll grab our geothermal. And I don't know, do we have any kind of fluid conduits? I know extra utilities, we could do it. Okay, and then I want to get the lava into the geothermal generator, which I was looking at making the fluid import, but there's no upgrade slots for this, which is fine. So let's go with the extra utilities transfer node for right now. I know there's other ways that we can do it later on with IC2, but I don't think we have access to any of those easily. I don't think we have oh yeah, these aren't, I always forget that these aren't you know, I'm used to the Tinker's Constructs tables. Okay, there's a stack of those. There's our transfer node. Okay, and we'll just put this right there and then just attach it. There we go. So that's going to get lava. It's going to start building up and producing power. You could see that it's running the macerator and the electric, well, the electric furnace is done running at the moment, but and we'll go ahead and throw that in there. Okay. So the next thing that I want to do is we maybe want to make some overclockers. I think so. Because they're actually easier to make. You don't need that, that purified water stuff. We can just make 10k coolant, which is 10 around water bottles or water cells or water buckets, you know, anything. And then we're going to need some of these base upgrades. So let's get mining pipe, tree tap. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just make these, the two of them for now. Might as well set a crafting table in here, right? Still kind of getting everything moved over and whatnot, and you know, I kind of wanted to get something in order so that we had a place to, like, stay for today's episode. Alright, I'm going to need more of these copper pipes. I don't know why I did that, because I could have just... There we go. I can make them that way, but I can also just use the iron straight out instead of changing it to pipes first, but... Okay, so there's our electronic circuit. Okay, now we can get our base upgrades. Oh, we can actually do it with silver as well instead of copper. We get 2 more. Do we want to do that? Because honestly, I have silver. Okay. Our overclockers, we should... Oh, we need 2 times insulated bronze cable. Okay, that's not a problem though, because I do have that bronze from earlier. So we'll just change this over into 2 times. Just 4 rubber like that, and that's going to get us 2 of those. And then we can get our 5 base upgrades. Awesome. And so now, technically with that, we could make, what, 4 overclockers? So let's get, we'll need 16 cells. And I'm probably not going to have enough tin right this second to do this, but there's some 10K cells. Oh, these don't stack. Okay, let me throw this stuff into here, and I'll put that in here for right now. Tell you what, these things are expensive on tin. So, good thing I've been mining up like all the tin that I come across. So, that will definitely come in handy, I should think. Also, I can't recall if I already said this or not, but oh, whoops, there we go. 10K coolant. But this is 1.10. So, and also Railcraft is in the pack. I almost forgot about that, so we need 2 of those. And it does actually require 2 of them. That's part of the cost. So, there we go. There's our overclockers. I'm just going to throw these into this, and now you can see that we are using 5 EU. So it's really not that bad of a jump, and it does speed it up a little bit. Now there's also like efficiency upgrades. These are just, ooh, these are glass fiber cable, which requires diamonds, silver. And there's also, while I'm thinking about it, which we'll get into it later, but there's this upgrade container. And basically what you can do is you can put like additional upgrades in it. So I know, for example, Ultima has like 3 stacks of efficiency upgrades, which is 16 per stack. He has 3 of them in one upgrade container. I'm not sure the exact limit just yet, which we'll figure it out as we move forward. But you know, that is a thing in this pack, or in this mod, which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing, I think. So anyways, that's running a little bit quicker now, so we'll let that run for a bit. I don't know how this geothermal is going to do long term. It seems to be doing okay on lava. I can't remember how many buckets of lava we had before, but we have 31 at the moment. So the next thing I think I want is going to just be a compressor. Of course, these are fairly cheap. I will need to cook up, I think, a couple pieces of iron, in fact. I do quite love these overclockers. They're fairly expensive, but not too bad. So we'll go ahead and get that machine block. The oh, whoops. Let's do one more piece of that. Okay, we still got 8 copper cables on us. Good stuff. Okay, we need 6 stone, and I guess this will be, this machine of course will take the last little slot right there. So I am going to go ahead and just run a piece of copper cable over like that. We'll have our first 3 machines. There we go, epic squeeze achievement, and there's our compressor. Awesome. Alright, so now I know it's fairly close to wrapping up point. Also, if you look, like, there's no metal former anymore. You can make all that stuff by hand, which I do love that feature. Quite a bit, to say the least. That'll put us at 4 overclockers, which I think is fairly good for the first episode, right? If we throw these, let's say we throw 2 into the electric furnace. Right now it's using 3 EU. If we throw 2 of these in there, it's now using 8 EU, but it is smelting fairly quick, I have to say. I do quite love that. I think now we can actually make probably the... Yeah, I mean, we could make wave generators. We could make slag generators. Yeah, that's fairly easy to make for us at this point. So, next episode we'll get into more power generation and maybe start moving into some input tier 2 type stuff. We did get a nice start on things, I feel like, because we got our basic machines here. We got some overclockers in these and all that good stuff. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to this series. Honestly, I think IC2 Classic is going to be amazing. Like, I showed you guys the reactor planner. I showed you that there's new rods for reactors. I showed you some other new blocks. But let me just say that there is some amazing stuff that will come up in the future. So, like new jetpacks, for example. Really, really exciting stuff. So, if you guys are interested in it, stay tuned, and more episodes will come out. I'm gonna try for every couple days or something like that. But I've got so much stuff going on, it's ridiculous. But I had to do IC2 Classic. It was too good, So I was quite interested in it because, as you guys may know from watching my series, IC2, standard IC2 needed that boost, needed something to put it on the level of all the other mods that are out, and kind of keep it relevant and keep it modern. And IC2 Classic is exactly what it needed. It's wonderful. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. And until next time, as always, do take care and stay safe. But hopefully by next episode, we'll have a little bit more of the base built and a little bit more set up towards infrastructure and whatnot. So, but anyways, I hope to see you guys then, and take care.